The Caribbean sun beat down on Little St. James, Jeffrey Epstein's private island, a paradise with a sinister secret. From above, the island glistened like a jewel in the turquoise sea, its beauty masking the darkness that festered beneath the surface. Beneath the palms and turquoise waters, a darkness thrived, hidden by wealth and power. The island's isolation was its greatest shield, allowing secrets to flourish in the shadows, far from prying eyes. For years, rumors whispered of underage girls, powerful men, and secrets buried deep. Whispers traveled from yacht to yacht, from mansion to mansion. But the truth remained elusive, protected by a fortress of influence. The world sensed something was wrong, but the truth was shielded by connections reaching the highest echelons. Security was tight, and the guest list was even tighter. Only the most trusted or the most complicit were ever allowed inside. When court documents were unsealed, the world finally saw the scope. Politicians, financiers, royalty, and scientists implicated. The revelations sent shockwaves through corridors of power, exposing a network that spanned continents and industries. Epstein's Lolita Express became infamous, a jet ferrying the powerful to their playground and the vulnerable to their abusers. The jet's manifest read like a who's who of the elite, each name raising new questions and suspicions. The flight logs unlocked a web of complicity and corruption, long protected by silence. Each flight path traced a line between privilege and predation, mapping a network that had operated in the shadows for years. The island's strange temple, tunnels, and villas were designed for exploitation, each corner holding a story of abuse. The architecture itself seemed to conspire in secrecy, with hidden rooms and passageways built to conceal the unimaginable. As investigators peel back the layers, we confront a hard truth. Systems meant to protect can be manipulated by the rich and powerful. The pursuit of justice is slow, hindered by legal maneuvering and the sheer scale of the cover-up. The revelations from Little St. James are more than scandal. They're a warning about unchecked authority and moral decay. The headlines are just the beginning, hinting at a deeper rot within institutions we trust. Attorney General Pam Bondi's demand for thousands of FBI files signals more revelations to come. Each file is a potential key to unlocking the full extent of the conspiracy, and the world waits anxiously for answers. The Department of Justice is slowly declassifying documents, balancing public interest with victim protection. The process is painstaking, as every name and detail carries the weight of lives forever changed. Each new page adds to a horrifying puzzle, implicating not just Epstein, but the network that enabled him. The web of complicity stretches further than anyone imagined, ensnaring celebrities, officials, and institutions once thought untouchable. This is a modern parable of good versus evil, a dark prelude to a much larger reckoning. The dawn over Little St. James brings hope for justice, but also a reminder of the darkness that lingers. The story is far from over. As the world watches, the search for truth and accountability continues, and the final chapter has yet to be written. Epstein's flight logs are more than just travel records. They're a directory of the global elite who entered his orbit, a ledger of influence and proximity to power. Each page, each name hints at a hidden world where privilege and secrecy intersected, and where the boundaries between business, politics, and personal relationships blurred. These documents confirm the presence of powerful people on his planes, traveling to his homes and, most notoriously, his private island, a place that would become synonymous with scandal. The logs are a rare glimpse into the exclusive circles Epstein cultivated, and the lengths to which some would go to maintain their connections. A name on a flight log isn't proof of guilt, but it demands scrutiny from those in power. The mere association with Epstein has become a stain, raising questions about what these individuals knew and what they chose to ignore. Among the most prominent, former President Donald Trump, who flew on Epstein's jet at least 7 times and appeared in his infamous Black Book. Trump's presence in the logs has fueled endless speculation about the nature of their relationship and the circles they moved in. Trump once called Epstein a terrific guy, though he later distanced himself as the allegations mounted. Their public friendship and later Trump's attempts to minimize their connection have only deepened the intrigue. Former President Bill Clinton also appears frequently, with flight logs confirming multiple trips. Clinton has repeatedly denied any knowledge of Epstein's crimes, but the persistent documentation of his travels has kept his name in the headlines and fueled public suspicion. The presence of two former US presidents highlights Epstein's bipartisan reach, his ability to attract and befriend the most influential figures, regardless of political allegiance. The scandal also ensnared the British monarchy. Prince Andrew's connection was cemented by flight logs and a damning photo with Virginia Giuffre, one of Epstein's most vocal accusers. The royals' repeated denials have done little to quell the controversy. Despite his denials, Andrew was stripped of royal duties, showing that even the most protected can fall from grace when confronted with the weight of evidence and public outrage. These associations reveal how Epstein moved effortlessly among the world's most powerful, weaving a web of connections that spanned continents and industries. His parties and gatherings became a magnet for celebrities, politicians, and business titans alike. The fallout continues to reshape reputations and institutions as the world reckons with the uncomfortable truth. Proximity to Epstein was a risk, and the consequences of those associations are still being felt today. Court records and investigative journalism reveal the flight logs as rosters of those linked to a sophisticated sex trafficking operation. Sworn testimonies describe how Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell orchestrated systemic abuse, with victims directed to powerful guests. Virginia Giuffre's allegations against Prince Andrew remain part of the public record even after a civil settlement. For others, like Clinton, the documents confirm proximity but lack direct public accusations of misconduct. Many files remain heavily redacted to protect victims and ongoing investigations, leaving much still hidden. The released files confirm powerful associations, but the full truth is still locked away. The Epstein files are as much about what's concealed as what's revealed. Redactions protect victims' privacy and the integrity of ongoing investigations, but they also fuel speculation and conspiracy. Attorney General Pam Bondi's push for unredacted files highlights the tension between transparency and legal caution. Recent public feuds, like Elon Musk's claim about Trump's name in unreleased files, show how the information vacuum is weaponized. The FBI is reviewing tens of thousands of pages, promising more revelations as cases conclude. Until then, the blacked-out names remain a stark reminder. The final, most explosive chapter is yet to come. The truth still waits in the shadows. While Epstein's files dominate headlines, other cases echo similar themes, like the federal investigation into Sean Diddy Combs. In 2023 and 2024, federal agents raided Combs' properties amid sex trafficking allegations, bringing years of rumors into the open. Lawsuits accuse Combs of orchestrating assaults and trafficking, leveraging his celebrity and connections. The parallels to Epstein are striking: a powerful figure, a network of enablers, and vulnerable victims. Though Combs' name isn't in Epstein's logs, his case reinforces fears of elite impunity. Law enforcement's response signals a growing resolve to hold the powerful accountable. As elite scandals surface, some seek answers in ancient prophecy, particularly the Book of Revelation's vision of a new world order. This prophecy describes a future global government led by a charismatic figure, demanding total allegiance and controlling commerce and worship. Modern trends, centralized power, digital currencies, secretive elite gatherings are seen by some as signs of this prophecy unfolding. The Epstein scandal, with its secretive network and global reach, fits this narrative for many. To prophetic watchers, it's evidence of a corrupt elite, bound by blackmail and depravity, unfit to lead. They see it as a microcosm of the world system the Bible warns will rise before the final judgment. Revelation predicts not just a new world order, but catastrophic divine judgments, the 7 plagues unleashed on a rebellious world. These plagues, from malignant sores to global darkness and devastating earthquakes, target those who follow the Antichrist. The narrative warns that a world built on corruption and idolatry, like Epstein's network, faces inevitable collapse. Modern crises are seen by some as precursors to this tribulation, echoing ancient warnings. While scholars caution against direct links, the sense of escalating chaos resonates with prophecy. The message, a corrupt world system, is on a collision course with judgment. Central to end times prophecy is the Antichrist, a master deceiver who rises to global power, promising peace but delivering tyranny. Aided by the false prophet, he demands worship and enforces control through the infamous Mark of the Beast. This system, once fantastical, now seems plausible in an age of digital IDs and social credit. The choice allegiance to the Antichrist or faithfulness to God, even at great cost. Epstein's story echoes this deception, presenting himself as a philanthropist while operating a system of evil. His network of compromised elites previews how easily leaders could fall for a charismatic, malevolent figure. The scandal is a chilling reminder of how deception and power can corrupt absolutely. The Epstein saga is more than just a true crime story. It's a chilling commentary on the nature of power, the allure of secrecy, and the dangers that arise when influence goes unchecked. This is a world where the lines between right and wrong blur, and the consequences of silence can be devastating. The infamous flight logs and damning testimonies pull back the curtain on a hidden society, revealing how the world's elite often operate above the law, protected by layers of secrecy and privilege. These revelations force us to question who is truly held accountable. For many, this darkness isn't just criminal. It echoes ancient, even biblical, warnings about a corrupt world system teetering on the edge of collapse, where greed and deception reign. Yet in the midst of outrage and speculation, it's vital to separate fact from rumor. True justice must be grounded in hard evidence, not just prophecy or suspicion, ensuring that the innocent are protected and the guilty are held to account. The enduring lesson is clear. Absolute power corrupts absolutely, and secrecy left unchecked breeds moral decay and societal rot. We must remain vigilant. Whether you see these events as prophecy fulfilled or simply the exposure of a vast criminal enterprise, the conclusion is the same. Such evil must be confronted, not ignored. The ongoing fight for transparency and justice is not just a legal battle. It's a moral imperative that demands courage and collective action. As long-hidden secrets finally come to light, a long-overdue reckoning begins, offering hope for a future built on truth and accountability.